What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Pete Plays, and today we are doing a tier list video. And so, just one quick reminder: please hit that like button if you like what you're seeing. Subscribe to the channel, and comment down below any videos that you guys want to see, and hit that notification bell so then you get notified about all my. Well, let's get into it. So, the Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens, I think, will be wildcard picks. I think that in the Ravens, their defense got better, their offense got worse. So, Mark Andrews going to have a lot, and I think him alone can win the division with Lamar. They got their running backs back, but I don't know, they lost a huge piece in the receiving core in Marquise Brown. So, the Lions, I think, are really not going to make the playoffs. I think that they are better than the Bears. I think that they have a chance to be, a good team and have a few years till they hit that making playoffs constantly, in my opinion. So I think that with their team having a really good coach, their team having an overall a good spirit, and be with the Vikings. And maybe they'll even have the better record than the Vikings, but not make the playoffs, who knows. But we'll see. Packers win division. I'm not even gonna say anything else about it. Packers, I think, easily gonna win the division. I think they'll be in contention for winning the conference, but this is for who would win the conference, in my opinion, not who could be in contention for it. So, the Texans, I think that the Texans are bottom tier right now. I'm sorry, but their team just isn't it. After they lost Deshaun, after they lost DeAndre, a lot of key pieces on the team. Brandon Cooks is the only player on their team that actually works very hard. And I like Davis Mills, but he, with Brandon Cooks alone, cannot turn that team around completely in a very strong way. So, that's my take on that. The Colts will win the division, getting better, and the Colts offense having a better quarterback, and the receivers are good, and having one of the best running backs in football, and Jonathan Taylor, I think that they will chance to win the division. Jaguars. I don't know. I'm gonna say barely. I'm saying barely not make the playoffs. I do think that they aren't bottom tier because their team did improve a lot this offseason. I think that Trevor Lawrence hasn't people haven't gotten to his full potential yet. He has Etienne back. He has Kirk, who they paid 4 years, $84 million for, which is a lot. So I think that they have a chance to make the playoffs if their team goes really well. But we'll see what happens with that. The Chiefs, they're not winning the division. They're wildcard picks. Actually, you know what? No, they're not making the playoffs. The AFC West is the best division in football, and out of those 4 teams, I think the Chiefs had the least chances. They have the worst chances. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes, so he will do as much as he can to make sure that team does well. But with him and Travis Kelce, that's not it. Chargers. I'm gonna make a bold statement. They're winning the conference. I have the Chargers winning the conference and going 14-3 and winning. I think that in the AFC, the Chargers, and the Raiders, and maybe even the Broncos, not the Chiefs, all 3 of them have a pretty good chance of winning the division, let alone the conference. And then you have the Chargers are winning the division, the conference, and getting first. I think that the Rams are not doing the same thing. I think they're winning the division. You thought I was gonna put it there, but I'm not. I think that, yeah, it's gonna be easy. Rams, I think everyone knows that they're going to win the Hawks. I'm just going to put them in bottom tier right now because I don't see a chance. I like DK, I like Tyler, but they don't have a good quarterback. They have Noah Fant, and that's it. offense is good. Raiders. Yeah, well, first of all, also, Chargers, if you win the conference, you're winning the division. That's pretty simple. So yeah, they're wildcard picks. I think that the Chargers will win the division by 2 games. They will be 14-3. The Raiders will be 2-5, and the Raiders will make the wild card. But I think that's pretty simple and self-explanatory. I think that the Chargers would win the conference pretty easily, and the Raiders would get wild card. The Raiders are good, and they did get good players like with Chandler Jones joining. And as a Patriots fan, it hurts a little bit knowing that Josh McDaniels, our offensive coordinator, who is an amazing offensive coordinator, great, went there, got a lot of the Patriots people to come there, or a decent amount, and now is just an amazing head coach, a great GM, and is choosing really good choices. So I hope he does well there, but yeah, I think the Raiders are getting the wild card. Dolphins, not making the playoffs. Simple. I know people are going to say that they have Tyreek Hill, and they have Tua Tagovailoa, so it should all be good, right? Only problem is, it's Tua. Like, their running backs are good, their tight ends are good, their receivers are fast, but it's Tua. Tua has not shown that he is competent. Vikings, wild card. I think that the Vikings will make the wild card. They have a chance. Their team is good. Definitely, their offense is amazing. Their defense is mid, but they're going to lose in the wild card because of their kicker, because Kirk throws a pick in a bad situation. Patriots win division, and it's going to be controversial, and I already know I can shush, okay? Let me get my take. The Bills are a good team. The Pats were 1 game away from winning the division this year. 1 game. And that game, and there were multiple games where the Pats lost by like 1 possession. Let's say they flip one of those games around. The Pats would have made the playoffs. Like, and would have won the division. So last year they went on a 7-0 run in 7 straight games in the mid-season. Like, it's pretty like, as a Patriots fan, I know that this team has a good chance, and with Mac like getting slimmer and our defense having a lot of young good players, they have a good chance. The Bills, they have a lot of good players, but I think that's too much for them. I don't think they'll be able to do it. Their schedule is decently hard, and if they lose some of those games and the Pats go on a 7-2 to like a 9-0 record in their first 9 games until the bye week, Pats are winning the division on them pretty easily. And I think that that's just my piece on it, and love or hate it. Okay, Saints. Saints will be not making the playoffs. I think that the Saints are a good team. I think that they have a chance. But with AK having all those criminal charges and Michael Thomas coming back, but people have been saying he's going to come back for 2 years, and he hasn't. And, like, they just got Jarvis Landry, but Jameis is not the best quarterback, and his workouts are so weird. And I think that they're a good team. They lost Peyton, and Peyton was a really good coach for them, but I don't think they'll be able to do it. I think they'll get close, but they're going to lose to the Panthers late in the season. That's going to spoil a bit. Cardinals. What was it? Like I said before, they are not making the playoffs. And they're a good team, and they have a chance, but their team is not good in the latter half of the season, and it's not a good thing, because for playoffs, like, with that team, you have to be good. With Marquise Brown coming in, it's helpful, but DeAndre's out for the first 6 games. I know those first 6 games don't count, but for them, they don't play well in the second half of the season. So with them, I like what he does. I like Kyler, but it's not enough if you don't have DeAndre there. Falcons. Falcons. They are... they're not bottom tier, but not making the playoffs. Falcons are a good team. but they're young. Falcons, they have a good team. Ritter's good. I think that who is it? Ridley's out for the season also. Pitts is good, but they have Olamide, Zacchaeus, and they have Drake London. So, don't want to know what to say about that. Broncos, wild card. Like I've already said, they're not winning. I don't think they'll win the division. They could, but I don't think they will. I think that they have a good team, strong team. I think that's that. Okay, so you can see that the Broncos also, they have a strong team with their new quarterback. They have a good running core. They have a good defense. My only worry is that their tight end and their receivers. Because Cowboys win division. I think that Cowboys are good. Eagles are good. It will be between them two. The Cowboys are a strong team. The only problem with the Cowboys is that they do not have, they lost Amari. Their O-line is good, everything's good. They lost Amari Cooper, and CD has to step up. And CD's good, but I don't know if he can step up as much as Amari. Panthers, wild card picks. I think that the Panthers will be would be wild card picks in my opinion, but Panthers, I think they have a chance if CMC doesn't stay in. CMC doesn't get injured and Baker shows off what he did in that season with the Browns where they made the playoffs. They have a chance, and I don't think they're gonna dethrone Brady, but they will definitely be close. Bengals win division, simple. I'm not saying they won't because Bengals are way too strong right now. The Browns with Sean Watson's scenario and situation, I do not want to deal with be in the Browns situation right now where they're waiting to see what will happen to Deshaun Watson, see what happens to their franchise. So, and for the Bengals, they have nothing going wrong with them. They upgraded their O-line a little bit also, and their team's just getting better. And I don't think not many teams can stop them. So yeah, Giants, bottom tier. I'm sorry. The Giants have decent amount of weapons, but they just can't do anything with them. They will not be doing well. I repeat, they will not be doing well with Daniel Jones there. And I like Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes is not it. He is not it. Saquon hasn't been doing anything for the last few years. They have Galladay, and Galladay didn't even play last year, and they paid him so much. And the receivers, other than that, Slayton, Shepard, they're older. I don't know. They're bottom tier. If you hear about the Giants, if you heard about them 10 years ago, you think about Eli Manning, you think about Michael Strahan, you think about all these big players. Hear about them now? Even 5 years ago, OBJ was there. Their team was decent. Now they're just not. Bills, wildcard picks. And I know there's more than 3 offensive teams in the AFC teams in the wildcard, but you know what? I'm gonna make it so then there are only 3 teams. I'm taking Ravens out. Let me say 2 things. One, I'm gonna say what the Ravens are. Between those 3 teams, Raiders, Broncos, 4 teams, Raiders, Broncos, Bills, and Ravens. Ravens are the worst team, by far. And if you're looking at it from that standpoint, Browns are going to destroy the Ravens with their team. So, Ravens, I think, they're being close, but they're not making the playoffs. Bills, like I said, Patriots are going to win the division, and Bills are a good team. But they just choke a few minutes. They lost to the other Josh Allen. They lost to the Steelers. And with them, they'll make the playoffs, but they won't. They're not winning the division. Jets, bottom tier. No, they are barely not making the playoffs just yet. They are close. Like the Texans, or like the Seahawks, team is good. Zach Wilson is the dog. I already spoke about this last video, but he's the dog himself, bro. If you know, you know. But the Jets are a good team. They're getting better. They drafted Sauce Gardner. They got Eagles. Wild card. I think Nakobe Dean is just too strong. And I think that AJ Brown is just too good. Steelers. If I have to look at it, they're not bottom tier scrubs, but they're not making the playoffs. Out of those 4 teams in AFC North, they're definitely the worst. I'm just going to go from the back because these teams are going to work hard. Bears, bottom tier. Bears, they just got N'Keal Harry. And as a Patriots fan, I know what that feels like. Commanders. Washington Commanders. They're not making it. They're not bottom tier scrubs, but they're definitely not making the playoffs. With the Eagles and the Cowboys in the division, no way. And let me tell you why. They have Carson Wentz at quarterback 1. Terry McLaurin's good, but they don't really have that much else on their offense besides J.D. McKissick and the guy Antonio Gibson. But with those guys, that's not a good enough offense to make the playoffs. I'm sorry. They're not going to surprise people like 2 years ago. Niners make wild card, bro. Yeah. If I'm looking at like who I would think would make the wild card in the NFC, I'd put the Niners there. Jimmy G just requested for a trade right now on January 20th. It's like 3:30. He requested for a trade a few minutes ago. And Trey Lance I think he's going to be a quarterback of the future. I can see him being a right-handed Steve Young. Scrambler, good passer, accurate. Good weapons around him with Debo, Kittle, Elijah Mitchell. That's a good enough offense. And their defense is good also. If they're healthy. Bucks. Winning the conference. Let me give you a reason why. Because it's Brady's chances are last year. He said it on multiple counts for this year. And he wants to play until he's 45. It's 45. Chance I'll be the last year. And if I'm looking at it, I don't see him losing that many games. Like, he has that edge in him. He just has that look in his eyes. When he's down, he just starts looking down, you know you're screwed. Just sign your death sentence. You're going to your death sentence now because he's going to destroy you. There's a very good chance he wins the Super Bowl. And I would not be surprised if it is Chargers, Bucks in the Super Bowl this year. Titans not making the playoffs. They do not have anybody on their offense besides Derek and Woods. Tannehill's getting older. Traylon Burks is a rookie. We don't know what he's going to do. And then Woods is also getting older, but he's decent. And then Derek is 26 or 27. And he's Derrick Henry, but he's also injured. So if he doesn't get injured, he will do amazing. But if he does get injured, well then, good luck to the Titans. You are not making the playoffs, my friend. Okay. And the Browns. Last team. The Browns, right now, from what I can see, they're not making the playoffs. There hasn't been anything on Deshaun Watson, but for it to be 2 weeks since the trial ended and they're still looking over, it means that the NFL is warranting for a suspension to uphold their image. And Judge Sue Robinson really is thinking about this because she knows there's a law on both sides. So this is my tier list. Feel free to let me know what you think about it in the comments, and please smash that like button if you liked what you saw today. If you like also even more what you saw today, consider hitting the subscribe button. It's completely free, and you can unsubscribe anytime you want. And if you like other videos, and finally hit that notification bell so then you're notified for any new video that I post, so then you can jump on it and watch it before anyone else does. Okay, well, that's all for me, folks. See ya. Pete plays out.